Welcome to another episode. And the series this time is all about the authors from the Empower Her collaborative book. And I am so honored to have Elizabeth Marner. What she is now doing from her experiences and her past is no mean feat. And I am such an advocate for what you do. You are the founder of Be the Light Project. It's mental health awareness, better brain health in rural communities. So I'm going to let that land. Better brain health. So what does that actually mean? I would love you to share a little bit about what you do and your wisdom, and then lead on to why you decided to put your pen to paper and write it all down.
Better brain health in rural communities. What that means is taking care of your mind, taking care of your brain, taking a step back, asking for help, advocating for yourself, advocating for your family. I was in a position that I needed to step away at work. I had to take care of my family. Could not take care of my family before I took care of myself.
Yeah.
I had to ask for help. So better brain health in rural communities. You know, I have born and raised in the United States in a small town in Iowa. Out here, we navigate slowly. We tend to speak a different language. Living and growing up in a smaller town has a lot of perks. Everyone knows everyone. When somebody is, in trouble or needs help, we're there for each other. We're always there for each other. It's awesome. It's a close knit community. Farmers tend the land. We oftentimes, the mechanics are, also the farmers. The teachers are, sometimes the town mechanics. We wear multiple different hats. The work ethic and the pride is very, very strong. So when we don't take care of our minds and we don't ask for help, everyone suffers.
Yeah. Wow. That's interesting how you said that. It's a ripple effect, isn't it?
It's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
So we have to lean on each other, but we also have to learn how to have those conversations and normalize conversations about brain health. It's more than, it's destigmatizing mental health, but really advocating for one another and, not only just checking in, but talking about suicide, knowing if somebody's maybe having suicidal ideations or maybe if there is a prior history there, and making sure that people have a safe place to go to and, having a follow through too.
Yeah. And you actually discussed the exact words in your book where you said, don't quote me, but I will be quoting you because I've written something else down. But you said about not keeping not keeping it silent is not quoting you, but it's pretty much the nemesis. Mm-hmm. So if we talk about it, it won't happen. We hope it won't happen, but it becomes more safe. Does that make sense? So, and I think you're absolutely right, because mental health and advocating for it, it's real. And I'm not going to, is it more in boys or women? Women talk, boys don't, men don't. And I'm so glad that you are doing what you're doing, because males, they have to talk this ish out. Because
men tend, and statistically per the CDC, they tend to struggle more because it's more difficult to talk about it. It's more difficult. That's where we as a society, this is my belief, and this is the heart of our mission with the Be a Light Project, is starting the conversation. If I believe the heart of my mission is if we can find a way to start the conversation, that those statistics in male suicide will start to go down. I believe that to my core. I also believe that community outreach, especially in rural communities, it's very much so lacking. And that is through my own lived and shared experience. I was a single mom. I was working in corporate America and I was working from home. I was isolating because I worked from home. I wasn't going to the office every day.
No.
And to get any type of help, even to volunteer, I had to drive 30 minutes into the city to volunteer for an event or anything like that. And that's where with my mission, I am partnering with, we at the Be a Light Project are partnering with like-minded, even if it's not mental health, it's, just releasing emotions attached to stress
Yeah,
or maybe
I
anxiety.
yeah, and I think you're federally funded. I think
Hmm.
that's so cool.
Yes.
That is so cool that
Hmm.
you're taking your message out to the masses, and it only takes, and again, you write this in your book, I didn't expect to see what happened next. I did not, like, following year, because you did a 5K,
Yes.
initiative last year in
That
November 24, and what happened next, you didn't expect.
Yes, so that's just how it
People are
started.
watching.
It was just an idea. It was just an idea to have just an event. It was just,
Yeah.
everyone out here likes to run. I'm a runner too. I ran actually my first half marathon last year.
Wow.
It was just a goal. It was a goal that I had. I was never a runner in high school. It was just a goal. I have a family full of runners. It was something I just wanted to do, get out of town for the weekend, and it was just so empowering to do something like
Yeah.
that. And it was all kind of running in conjunction with each other. And when in my chapter, I have this moment of, with God, that I'm praying with him because we're, as a community, we're mourning another suicide loss. And I have that moment where I made a promise to myself that I'm going to, be part of this ripple effect, in my story. So I planned a community event, and several hundred people from all over the state of Iowa came to our little town of 1,000 people. We had more people that rallied in the town than what people that reside in
Oh,
there, and they're
that's
coming from
cool.
all over the state. All over the state. We had people that showed up. There was, unfortunately, earlier in the year, there was a school shooting,
Wow.
tragedy, and we actually had teachers that were there, and they were actually, in the media, and they were just so moved by the events.
Yeah.
I didn't know them personally, but they
No, but can you
traveled.
see how what you said, that small thing has made the biggest change? And it is a ripple effect. Is that why you decided to write the book? The chapter in the book?
It absolutely is. I felt that even one person, if one person heard this story, and was just inspired, that just didn't feel alone, or, was just inspired by something, whether that was
Yeah.
that they didn't feel alone in maybe a late diagnosis that they didn't expect coming. This is a very, very complex chapter of a woman that really discovers herself, to maybe a parent that feels guilty about, navigating through parenthood. There's a lot of things in this chapter that I hoped that anyone, male or teenager, I
It
felt
seems
that I
true.
could reach one person.
I'm going to quote you right now. You write, but in therapy, I didn't need to pretend anymore. Mental health should not be difficult to talk about. And I thought, yep, there you go. Boom.
I have felt such relief finally when I was able to just take the mask off, just take it off and
Yeah.
just be my authentic self. I have just never haven't just experienced so much peace with myself, where I'm just like, this is me. This is me in the flesh. This is who I've always been. I've
Yeah.
never felt more comfortable with myself in my own skin, as a woman, as a mom, as a person, as a friend.
So
And
what would be, so on that note though, what would be then one of your greatest achievements thus far? I
besides
mean,
being a mother,
there'll be,
being a mom is
besides
my
being
favorite.
mum.
Being a
Yeah,
mom is my
me
favorite
too.
thing in the whole world, but that's not
Yeah,
what this is about, because that's never going
yeah,
to change no matter what I
no,
do. I love being these two boys as moms. Writing this book has definitely been the most accomplishment. And I'm going to tell you why, Kat. It's because I love writing. Actually, I actually really, really enjoy writing. If my old English teacher, Mr. Kurt, is ever listening to this, he always told me that I was a defiant young writer, because I would always go outside the narrative all the time and always break the assignment rules. But
but there's
anyways,
no rules in writing.
I've always loved writing, but this forced me to rip off the Band-Aid. I have self-medicated with, things that might even not necessarily been unhealthy contexts. In my chapter, I talk about, certain forms of, workouts but I
Yes.
also pushed myself to the limit of injuring myself.
Yes.
On the outside, those things aren't unhealthy, but working out for 2.5 hours because I
And
was
the food.
hiding
Yes.
from anxiety and depression. I was self-medicating. Writing this book made me, stop internalizing some of kind of that self-talk, and really made me, just recover from, some of those things that I thought that I had worked through in therapy, but just getting them out there and just bleeding it all out was extremely therapeutic in a full circle moment. And
Definitely.
this wasn't even a professional, on a professional level.
No,
This
because it's
chapter is,
you. It's you
yes.
writing. It's your pen to paper. And I'm the pen to, these are your notes, my pen to paper girl.
Hmm. Yes.
I can't help it.
This
I won't
chapter
give it time.
is in no way professional.
Yeah.
This is
But
me
that's how it should
raw.
be.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's how it should
Yes.
be. So on that note, moving backwards but forward, and it could change next year. What would you say to the 20-year-old version of yourself if she was looking in the mirror? If you're looking at her right now, based on what you know and you've gone through and you've experienced, what would you
Girl, don't
say
be
to
so
her?
hard on yourself, first of all. Don't
Something
be
I
so
can
hard
relate
on
to?
yourself. And
Yeah.
every closed door, something better will eventually open. Just be patient.
Yeah. Who would have known, right? You would have
I've
known you're
had,
doing what you're doing.
yes, I've had a lot of doors close I just thought that I deserved, maybe something, because I've always been one to, growing up in Iowa, we work hard. We have work ethic. We work our tails off. And I feel like I've always worked really, really hard for, and I have, I've worked hard for all of the things that I have. And
And you're
just,
looking, and hopefully
yeah,
not working as hard will be the future. That's what I'm hoping.
a lot of,
So what inspiration can you give to women out there that are feeling a little bit uneasy? Should I not? I'm not sure. I see you and you inspire me. And, what inspiration can you share that will get another person to move the needle?
find something that you love and that drives you and that you're passionate about.
It really
Money
is
is,
that simple.
it's, money isn't everything.
No.
I've spent a lot of, my, my life just kind of, survival mode, I guess. I think also being a single parent, but I was always, driven. Measuring success by titles is how
Yeah.
I was always, just kind of, I was always looking for that positive affirmation. I suppose always looking for that context of, great job, Elizabeth. You did a wonderful job, or here's that next promotion. I just always had this. I need that. Just got this promotion. I never celebrated my wins. Nothing was ever good, good enough for me. Not even the people that surrounded me. It wasn't even that. And I think that's a symptom of my spectrum, disorder. But celebrating the small accomplishments, but
Yes.
finding something that you're passionate about, because
Yeah.
you organically, those doors will open and it doesn't feel like work. I
No, because
will,
and you did exactly that because you said it before without subconsciously, without even
mhm,
realizing. Because you said, I'm a runner. Everybody runs here, and you love it. You said, I love running, and all
mhm.
of a sudden, your run and your mission.
It just
Funny
all
that,
the doors have opened. They've all
funny
opened.
that, funny how you did your event in with running because it's what you love, and then it becomes effortless because what you love is
Yes.
bigger.
I,
Yeah, and yeah, obviously the mission is the vision, but
mhm.
because you're doing it and you're loving it,
Yes.
it becomes effortless, even with the issues, because there's going to be issues, right?
There's going to be issues, and I have explained it. When you are passionate about something, it's more realignment. I can honestly say that I almost like experience now that in my experience, when I have been chasing my dream and chasing my passion, I've almost been experiencing an overwhelming amount of doors opening,
Yes.
where I have so many options where that almost becomes overwhelming versus, well, shoot, this door closed, so I have to readjust or take a couple steps back and just wait for the next opportunity where I've had a lot of opportunities just, coming at me, and just a lot of success has been driven from the ripple effect and from this mission.
Yes,
And the
I
support,
love
the
that.
support from, the community to, just everyone that's bought in too, because we need a change.
Yes, we do.
Everybody
Yes, we
just
do.
need a change. We don't want to see people. We're tired of friends and family dying by suicide and brain
And it's
health
so
illnesses,
high
and
in
we're tired
country
of it.
towns. It's so high in country towns. It's
Mhm.
not funny. It's the same here. It's a global phenomenon,
Yes.
unfortunately. It's because in country towns you feel alone and you shouldn't
Yes.
feel alone.
Yes.
I'm so happy that you are doing what you're doing, Elizabeth. You should be so proud of yourself. I am singing your praises and
Thank you.
congratulations on being a best-selling author. Thanks so much, Elizabeth. I really appreciate you. You have a good morning. Oh,
You
no,
too.
evening.
Evening. Good morning.